Last week, a woman contacted me to talk about our gamification system. Unlike usual contacts, this was not a traditional high school educator. This was an entrepreneur who has built an enormously successful program that teaches young people around the world how to be confident and find your voice with art. It is an amazing success story. And she came to Valhalla. I showed her around the school, showed her the murals because, she's an artist and she appreciates things like the tradition of every graduating class leaving behind a mural that tells the story of their final year at Valhalla. Or, the 4 years they spent there, depending upon the individual mural. And then we came into the Mac lab and she saw some of the student art, and we talked for 2.5 hours about education and motivation and how to leverage game mechanics to elicit more buy-in, more interest, more involvement, engagement in the curriculum. And I was completely honest about, successes and failures and where there's tons of room for improvement. After 2.5 hours, she left with some very kind words, and I felt a sense that my batteries were recharged a little bit. But we did talk about one of the downfalls of this system that we've built, and that is right here, integrity. That the success or failure of our system depends quite a bit on the integrity of the individual. That's why I stress freedom with responsibility so strongly all throughout the beginning of the year and ever since then. Because without integrity, I have to play the policeman. Now, I'll get to the point. Yesterday I mentioned the game mechanics and I wanted your feedback and all this. And the problem we have with spending gold is that there's so much ill-gotten gold out there amongst some of our students. So I came up with an answer of sorts. But my answer is muted because I did something really stupid in the second semester, which was, hey, let's leave all those posts until that 6-week grading period, and then, I'll be able to judge each student on their own merits. And I completely underestimated the time, and now I'm just hopelessly behind, and I got to catch up. But we're still left with that question of how do you offer things for sale and try to ensure that only those who have earned it can buy it. And my solution, which I can't really implement until I catch up with this impossible goal, that I will, is I need to give you the feedback, the extra loot that you earned for doing your job, or that you didn't earn for just sliding by. And then I can build store items for things that you can buy with gold that are locked via Good Job. Good Job, an inventory item called Good Job that you earn predominantly through your mission logs. This week, mission log. Anywhere from 1 to 5 good jobs per mission log have been granted for students. So check your inventory. How many good jobs do you have? Well, if you have a stack of them, you've been earning your gold. If you don't have any, you're a pretender, not a contender. And don't tell me otherwise, because from the very beginning of the year, I have stressed how important this journal is. So there's more to say about this, but I'm going to leave it right there because I think that I've made my point. I want to leverage these game mechanics to reward the people that have genuinely earned their gold. And holy moly, is there an opportunity to collaborate with this woman and a global project that reaches, into Tibet and the Philippines and different countries where mostly girls who don't come from families with means are empowered through her projects. Pretty darn cool. Like I said, more on this later.